Typically how our client engagements start is over the course of about 2 to 4 weeks, really getting a deep understanding of what our client's objectives are, and also kind of maybe redefining or clarifying those objectives and expanding one's understanding so that we can find a good place to start. Once we know where we're going to start, we build basically a preliminary scope, which is, maybe a few specific business challenges and the steps that we're going to take to validate that those business challenges exist. Usually, that could be a combination of on-site and web. What I really like to do, or what clients have said I have a unique ability for, is being able to squat in their sales environment with what most people would feel is an intolerable level of ambiguity, long enough to really start uncovering some answers, and maybe to even take it a step further than what most consultants would be able to see or do. Once we move through that kind of validation of that problem and we know, where things are residing at, sentiment, how the different departments feel, how they collaborate, we've looked at some math, some numbers, some reports, then we put together an official scope, which is what we're going to build and execute on to solve that business challenge that we defined in that preliminary scope. And because we're a young startup, we give ourselves quite a bit of flexibility in terms of how we price our service. And a lot of times people have told us, we see that you're a consultant of sorts, but we haven't seen this kind of pricing structure or this model. This is really flexible. It allows us to kind of hedge some risk, but also we want to put ourselves in a position to have a long-term relationship with you versus just doing a transaction. And I think our biggest focus, which is why we kind of work within these different business units that impact sales indirectly, is how can we actually solve the problem in a way that gives rise to lasting and sustainable benefits.